Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
Oh, I thought you would never ask, Heidi. It is the weekend, so let's talk about the whole doggone thing. Saturday, November the 5th, National Donut Day. I love donuts. National Love Your Red Hair Day, National Bison Day, and National Play Outside Day. All of those things happening on Saturday, November 5th. November the 6th on Sunday, National Nachos Day, Saxophone Day. Time to get saxy out there. See what I did?
Getting sexy.
You know who one of my favorite saxophone players happens to be? Sax Squatch.
Oh, yeah.
On social media, I follow
Yeah.
Sax Squatch, and it's actually a pretty cool page. There's a guy dressed like Sasquatch, and he plays a saxophone,
Yeah.
and it's actually pretty cool.
We tried to hire him for an event, and
Hey,
he never even called me
responded.
back.
He doesn't like us as much as we like him. And daylight savings time ends on Sunday. All of those things happening, and we have some guests joining us. I have Scott and Vanessa joining me from Blended and Redeemed. They've got a new book out. It's actually a ministry, but they've got a book for families that are blended families. I'm excited to chat with them coming up in a bit.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At BetterCreditCards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. New survey says that 41% of people believe they'll return to their pre-pandemic body next year. Yeah, just keep telling yourself that.
That would be
A
nice.
poll of 2,000 U.S. adults found that 2/3 feel that one good thing about the pandemic is that it taught us just how important our health really is. Since COVID pandemic began in 2020, March 2020, 64% say their physical health was affected, with half reporting they've gained weight in the last 2 years. I am one of those, by the way.
Yeah.
Of them, 52% gained between 9 and 20 pounds. Boy, I am an overachiever, apparently. 2/3 say weight loss is a top health goal. It is for me as well. Over the next year,
Yeah, for
almost
sure.
3 in 5 believe it will be easier to maintain their health and fitness in the next year compared to this year.
I don't know why they think
It
that.
gets tougher
Every
every
year.
single year. I remember thinking the same thing that you thought when I was young and foolish.
Yeah.
And now it's like, what? I ate a pound of bacon and I gained 7
Back
pounds.
when you
That doesn't
had
seem...
metabolism in the good old days.
Why is it a quarter pounder makes me gain more than a quarter pound?
Yeah.
All right. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
How much do you pay for your wireless phone? Some people spend hundreds of dollars every month for their family. That's crazy! Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. Not 50, 15, 1-5. Yeah, $15 a month for premium wireless. It's time for a Mintervention from Mint Mobile. You can keep your same phone number. You may even be able to keep your same phone. Find out now at Mintervention.com. Learn more and sign up today at Mintervention.com. Premium wireless for just $15 a month at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by RadioTravelGroup.com. Heidi, did you know that humans are naturally attracted to disgusting things? It's probably why you date me, but think of TV shows, adventurous eating, pimple popping, those kind of
I'm
things.
not at all. Not even
Well,
a little.
psychologist Nina Stomhinger says that these pleasurable features of disgust are what they call benign masochism. It's our tendency to seek out seemingly negative experiences so we can enjoy constrained risks, like riding a roller coaster or eating spicy foods. According to this doctor, any negative feeling that has potential to be enjoyable when it is stripped of the belief that it would happen to us is actually bad, leaving behind psychological arousal that is in itself exhilarating or interesting. What?
Yeah, I'm not at all. Even a little bit. My mother loves that pimple popper show.
Yeah, I don't do any of that stuff.
No,
I'm
that's
not.
just
Not a fan.
nasty.
As a matter of fact, just talking about it, ugh,
Yeah.
don't want to do it. We don't know everything, but now, sadly, we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin, they worked together in the past, 9 to 5.
9 to
they did with
5,
Dolly Parton.
yeah. They've
And then
done lots of
more
things
recently,
together, actually.
Frankie and Grace, well, they're getting back together as Frankie and Grace, going to be working on a thing called Grace and Frankie. I think it's actually Grace and Frankie. I said
I
Frankie
have
and
no
Grace.
idea.
Anyway, they're going to do a live reunion. So
Okay. That's
Sounds
nice.
fun. Attention, pop culture fans, nominees for the 2022 People's Choice Awards are here. And there's a whole lot of different categories that we don't have time to get to, but you can see the whole list in the show notes. It will be on December 6th on NBC and E television. And production of Call Me Kat has been paused following the death of Leslie Jordan, the actor who died in a car crash just recently at age 67, played one of the main cast members, Phil. So that's really sad. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on this weekend edition.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At bettercreditcards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com.
Now, your scoop of the day comes your way courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. With the news that Netflix will officially begin cracking down on account sharing early next year, a tech analyst says the streamer could someday ask you to scan your fingerprint or use facial recognition to use their service. Ben Wood, chief analyst at CCS Insight, said, "We may see one of the big streaming providers say, we want some biometric proof that you are you." He doesn't foresee your smart TV featuring a fingerprint sensor. It would be something that if you want to watch something, you'd have to use a mobile phone, and then you'd do that on your phone. Or even if you're sitting at home, you would get pinged. I want your fingerprint, or I want a face print to prove that it's really you. That just seems weird. What if I have a friend at my house that wants to watch TV? October 18th.
Well, the friend better have an account, apparently.
Yeah, I suppose. October 18th, Netflix, there we go, said they're going to go ahead with plans to create monetized account sharing, meaning primary account holders could create a sub-account for extra members outside of their household at $4 per month. So I just think it sounds like it's getting all complicated.
It really
If they're doing
does.
fingerprints and face scanning and all that, I think
No
I'd
thanks.
probably just...
Yep,
not
I'd
do
bow
that.
out.
It just seems weird. And by now, you've no doubt heard that it's a good idea to let those fallen leaves just stay. If you haven't, here's some good news. You can leave them stay. It's a place for small critters to hibernate. It provides a food source for birds. It's also good for the soil. And a municipality in the Netherlands agrees. Eindhoven is encouraging their citizens to abandon leaf blowers and rakes and let the fallen leaves stay. Whether it's in a garden or a park, council spokesperson Martin van Geesel said that they're trying to change ideas about how the public spaces should look. Historically, people have believed that the grass always had to be mowed and tidy, the leaves had to be collected before winter. Well, the city wants to retire leaf blowers in the park and create a warm, wet winter leaf layer for insect life. Even if it looks a little bit messier, the council says that it's a really good thing. They're going to put out 200 leaf baskets around the city, encouraging people to tidy up leaves around their home and dump those also in the park.
So why do people have to pick up their leaves?
They don't. No, they're saying if you want to get them out of your yard, dump them in the park. We'll take them. We want them. So they're trying to change the stigma of, a yard with leaves in it. So
Okay.
Good news for me. All right. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
How much do you pay for your wireless phone? Some people spend hundreds of dollars every month for their family. That's crazy! Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. Not 50, 15, 1-5. Yeah, $15 a month for premium wireless. It's time for a Mintervention from Mint Mobile. You can keep your same phone number. You may even be able to keep your same phone. Find out now at Mintervention.com. Learn more and sign up today at Mintervention.com. Premium wireless for just $15 a month at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Super excited to visit with not one, but two guests today. We have Scott and Vanessa Martindale, and they are the authors of Blended and Redeemed, the go-to field guide for the modern step family. And we'll start with Vanessa. Ladies first. Vanessa, how you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. So glad to be here with you guys today.
Well, we're excited to chat with you. Now, what was it like working with your husband to put this book together? Was it kind of a fun project?
Yes, there are many things that will test your marriage, and writing a book together is one of them. But no, it was a really beautiful process. We really enjoyed it.
And Scott, what was it like working with your wife? Did she do her fair share? Did you guys both do your own fair share?
I will say that yes, she did a ton of writing. There's a wonderfully orchestrated process by which I learned a lot about marriage.
Yeah.
And a lot about the things that I should be doing and shouldn't be doing. So But it was really a fun process and really fun to watch the book take shape around both of our personalities and experiences.
And you guys are with Blended Kingdom Families, and the book, Blended and Redeemed. Is this your first book together, or have you guys worked together in the past, Vanessa?
Yes, this is our first book together, and our ministry, we're about 2 years old. So the ministry's been around for about 2.5 years, and then this is our first book resource.
And let's talk a little bit about the ministry, and we'll go back with Scott. Tell me a little bit about Blended Kingdom Families and how this came about.
Yeah, it really came to fruition from a season that we were in, a wilderness season that we were in probably about 4 years ago. And we started looking for biblically based resources for step families, and we really just didn't find the resources that we needed. And so, not as much me as it laid it on Vanessa's heart and us kind of working together to put that together, but really just to formation of a ministry that serves to equip marriages and really unite blended families with the truth of God's word so that we can combat the divorce rate for second marriages and really reach the next generation when it comes to blended families.
So Blended Kingdom Families, this is something that you guys started a few years ago. And let's talk about, again, the how this got started. Vanessa, is this something that you guys in your personal lives deal with?
Yes. So kind of what Scott had mentioned before about, our wilderness season, it is something that the Lord laid on my heart one day. And we also teach at our church. And after teaching a class on blended families at our church, we just really saw the need that step families were just looking for community and looking for resources, not only to equip their marriages, but to equip their entire family. And so we launched it in January of 2020, and it's been just a really exciting 2 years so far. And just to see the community, built through Blended Kingdom Families and just all the step families that we get to interact with every day, it truly is an honor to be able to serve them and help them in their journey.
And the website, blendedkingdomfamilies.com. And when you get there, you can also find the new book, Blended and Redeemed, the go-to field guide for the modern step family. And Scott, let's talk about the hope and dream you have for this book. What is it you would like this book to accomplish in the lives of others?
Well, the first thing we want to do is encourage blended families and point them in a direction of a biblical resource that they can use to not only equip themselves in their marriage spiritually, but also some very practical tools that they can use for whether they're in the beginning to blend process and they're just newly married, or maybe they've been married for a while, or maybe they're in what we call that wilderness season. Maybe they're in litigation or things like that, and they just need a resource. They need something to go and find hope that they can, thrive in their blended families. And that's really what we hope this book accomplishes for them.
And again, the book is fairly new, but the early reviews of this are really, really good. That's got to feel really good, Vanessa, to have other people telling you that you did a good job.
Yeah, no, it's been super encouraging. I think the reoccurring theme that we hear is just hope, that the book has just really given them a hope for their situation. And like Scott said, that's our heart behind it. Our prayer was that it would just encourage and give hope to blended families that whatever they're walking through, anything is possible with God.
And again, the book is available now, Blended and Redeemed, the go-to field guide for the modern step family. Scott, Vanessa, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us about it today.
Yes, you're welcome. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
And again, the book is available now. I'll throw a link to it. BlendedKingdomFamilies.com is the website, but I'll throw a link to make it really easy to find. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At bettercreditcards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Mr. and Mrs. originated from the words master and mistress. So MR period and MRS period.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
According to research, dogs prefer reggae music and soft rock music over all other music genres. Who in
awesome.
the world got to do that study? What you do? Got to stay home, listen to music with my dog. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Eating cinnamon cools your body by up to 2 degrees and maintains the integrity of the stomach wall.
I like cinnamon.
We should probably have some cinnamon rolls. Oh, that's not.
That's probably not what they mean.
Okay. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
A trip around a baseball diamond is 20 yards longer than a goal-to-goal run on a football field.
Oh.
Never thought of that. And another fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Moscow weathermen can be fined for inaccurate weather forecasting. Holy cow.
I
wonder
kind
how
of
much.
like that.
I wonder how much they get fined for it.
I don't know.
Have to check into that. I got a weatherman I can ask and see. Maybe we can implement that around here.
I think that would be lovely.
No, I'm just kidding. All right, several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
How much do you pay for your wireless phone? Some people spend hundreds of dollars every month for their family. That's crazy! Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. Not 50, 15, 1-5. Yeah, $15 a month for premium wireless. It's time for a Mintervention from Mint Mobile. You can keep your same phone number. You may even be able to keep your same phone. Find out now at Mintervention.com. Learn more and sign up today at Mintervention.com. Premium wireless for just $15 a month at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day.
Yay!
It's brought to you by Mintervention.com. I left you hanging there, didn't I?
You did.
I usually do the yay with her. I just wanted to see if you'd do it if I didn't. Now I know. All right. Hey, question for you, Heidi. 12% of people say they plan to do this for the holiday shopping season. What is it? They plan to do this.
Cut back.
No. Get a new credit card.
Oh. That's probably not the answer during a recession.
And here's the thing. The Mint Mobile question of the day, not brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. It is brought to you by Mintervention.com.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At BetterCreditCards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com.
Time now for some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Thanks, science. Robots may soon be able to help us do the laundry and other household tasks because a new technique has given them the sense of touch. The system, called Reskin, enables robots to differentiate between objects like thin layers of cloth using only their sense of touch, something that's second nature for humans, so we can do that. Until now, tasks like grabbing a glass or folding towels have been extremely challenging for robots because they didn't have a sense of touch before. According to a team at Carnegie Mellon University, to fold laundry, robots needed a sensor to mimic the way human fingers can feel the top layers of a towel or a shirt and grasp the layers beneath it. The team developed a touch-sensing skin made of a thin elastic polymer embedded with magnetic particles that gives it a sense of touch. However, the researchers stressed the need for more research before these robots are ready to handle a real laundry basket.
Am I the only one who thinks this is all a very bad idea?
No, you're not the only one. I also think it's a very weird idea. I'm like, I just don't think I'm quite ready for the future, but here it is. Weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Researchers from a place called Clipology, it's a new board game that streams clips and asks players to guess iconic quotations from films and shows. They revealed the most misquoted movie line of all time. What is it, Heidi? The most misquoted movie
Luke,
line?
I am your father.
No, but it is. Houston, we have a problem, from Apollo 13. The true sentence from the astronaut in real life was, Houston, we've had a problem here. Here's the rest of the top 10 list misquoted lines. If you build it, he will come. Field of Dreams. Magic mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all? Snow White. Play it, Sam. As time goes by. Casablanca. You're going to need a bigger boat. Jaws. Oh no, it wasn't the airplanes. It was beauty that killed the beast. King Kong. No, I am your father. And instead of Luke, I am your father.
Right.
No, I am your father.
Okay.
Empire Strikes Back. Do you feel lucky? Well, do you, punk? Dirty Harry. Fasten your seatbelt. It's going to be a bumpy night. All About Eve. And take your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape. Planet of the Apes. So those are the most misquoted movie lines of all time. I've got that list
Alrighty.
in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At bettercreditcards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. Comes your way courtesy of insurancechicken.com. Quote today is from Jackie Mason. I always thought he seemed like a fun dude.
Me too.
Money is not the most important thing in the world. Love is. Fortunately, I love money. I love it. Very good.
Funny
Jackie
guy.
Mason. Very, very funny. He was in Caddyshack 2.
Oh my gosh, he's been in so many
funny
things.
in that. So funny. That is your quote of the day. Comes your way courtesy of insurancechicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of radiotravelgroup.com. And here's your awesome story for today. It's from the tail end of last month. A man's heart stopped beating on the beach. 2 surfers saved his life.
Oh, wow.
How cool is that? Couple in Virginia Beach grateful that 2 surfers happened to be on the beach that day, and those 2 surfers happen to be healthcare workers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Todd, 59, and Donna, 58, woke up early, October 2nd, to go for a bike ride, take some photos of the sunrise. While walking barefoot along the shoreline, Todd suddenly collapsed. His wife thought that her husband was joking. She quickly realized this is not a laughing matter. His heart stopped beating, and he was turning blue. I screamed his name. I screamed for help. I said, God, please help Todd. And that is when Tyler and who else was it? Tyler and somebody else. Paul. Tyler, by the way, is a physician assistant. Paul is a healthcare worker. They were surfing that day. Well, they started chest compressions, and they switched positions back and forth. A woman on the beach put her arm around Donna and prayed with her. I really thought he was dead, Donna said. As Roy, and that's Paul's last name. So as Tyler and Paul worked and gave CPR to Todd laying there on the beach, the tide started to come in. Other surfers used their boards to form a barrier between the rescue effort and the water.
Oh.
They kept him alive. An ambulance got there. It could have been 2 minutes, could have been 10 days. I was watching my life end with his, she said.
Oh.
Paramedics took a defibrillator to shock his heart and restore his heartbeat. On the second shock, he regained consciousness. This whole story is absolutely amazing because think about this. That could have happened anywhere.
Yep.
It happened right there on the beach. There could have been anybody there. 2 people who happened to be there were both medical personnel.
Yep.
This rings true to me because when my youngest sister was like 2 years old, she drowned, and my brother ran for help. And if he ran one way, if he had ran the other way, which he should have ran, where there's a guy with a phone, he ran the other way.
Right.
And the EMTs were having their summer picnic.
Yep. How crazy. Is
I was
that?
there with my dad, who was giving CPR to my sister, to his daughter. And I remember when these paramedics show up, he's like, where did you come from? It was amazing. This same kind of thing that happened is, I think, an absolute miracle.
You betcha.
Love that story. I've got a link to it in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show this weekend.